Hey there, lovely people. This is Sean, and today I am not at the lovely place. Instead, I'm at my lovely home, and the sun is shining bright right in my eyes. I came here today. Well, today we were going to go to the lovely place. We were going to go down there and clean up some trails and just do some stuff that we needed to get done in preparation for the fall that's upon us now. But instead, I have to take care of a maintenance issue at the home. And so if you've been following the channel, that was a little clue about what we're about to do and talk about. But if you've been following the channel, then you realize that we are creating a homestead at the lovely place. We've already created driveways, we've created a pole barn, we've bought equipment, we've cut fields, we've done a lot of things, and we've got a lot more things to do before we can actually build the home there. The plan is to make a full-fledged homestead and farm, have a huge garden there, have some livestock, possibly chickens. I definitely want some hens. I want some eggs. We might get some cows, maybe get a dairy cow one of these days, but maybe some meat chickens, a lot of different things that we want to do there. And we're doing that mainly in preparation of the possibilities of what's to come in the future of this country and of this world, so that we can be self-sufficient, we can take care of our family, our grandchildren, our children, and give them a place to come for refuge. And if nothing else, on that almost 60 acres that we have there, be able to hunt, pull the deer off the land as needed, nurture those deer, bring more in, hopefully dig a pond and stock it with fish and have that as a food source available. And then, of course, like I said, have a garden, grow everything we can possibly hope to consume, and plenty of it, so that we can it and that we can store it for long-term use. But today, unfortunately, what took us away from going down there and pushing forward on that project was the house. And anytime you own a home or anytime you have property, things come up. And what came up today was I asked my wife, I said, is the water running? And she said, no, I don't have anything running. Is the dishwasher on? Is the washing machine on? Is the toilet running? And when I mentioned washing machine and all that, it made me think of the lovely place. But because here's what we're doing down there. We're going fully off-grid. We have already purchased from Signature Solar our solar system. We're going to have possibly 34 panels. We purchased 34. We might adjust that slightly. Solar panels out in the field. We're going to have, we've got currently 2 inverters. I'll tell you all about those when the time comes. There's going to be some great videos on the installation of this. We have 6 batteries. We're going to have a lot of power up there to hopefully completely take care of the electrical needs for the pole barn, tiny house, and for the actual home that we're going to be building, the actual living space that we're going to have up there one of these days, and any other needs that we might have. And we're going to be doing a water rain catch system. We've already got a couple of big 1,550 gallon tanks, so a lot of water storage already, but there's going to be a lot more to come on that, and we got to get it all set up. So you're going to get to see all of that if you visit this channel or subscribe, or just follow us, and you'll see all that we've done so far and all that we're going to be doing. But anyway, that made me think of it when I mentioned electrical. So anyhow, the water was running, but there was nothing on. So I went around the house, I looked at the ceiling, I looked at the walls, I didn't see any water on the sheetrock, anything like that. And I just determined, well, I probably need to go in the crawl space. And when I did, this is what I saw. Looky there. So that was bad news, but it could have been a lot worse. It could have been in the walls, because we have that copper tubing or copper pipe, this stuff, all through the house, in the walls, in going to the showers, supplying it. And about 8 months to a year ago, this issue happened in the ceiling of my garage. And I have yet to repair the sheetrock where I cut it out and repaired that. I'm going to show you now what it looks like, the repair that's already completed in my garage ceiling, which happens to be the same exact repair that I'm about to need to do in the crawl space that you're going to see on this video. Okay, I am breaking into this video to let you know that you must watch this till at least the middle-ish of this video, because I discovered something as I was getting started that you'll see in a few minutes that will let you know that you can save over half, well over half of the money that I just spent, and you can do it in a third of the time. All right, this is my garage, and this is the repair I did a few months ago. I cut out the sheetrock. We noticed some mold starting to appear on the sheetrock, so I cut it out. I saw some dripping, quite a bit of it, right in this area. And I noticed that on the original pipe, even though I thought it would be leaking here where this joint is, it wasn't. It was just leaking from some random spot somewhere in there. And this is the copper piece that I purchased. First, put that piece on, the small coupler, and with this new pipe, and then I used this slip coupling and got it just right, and this thing's not leaked a moment. It was a great, simple, easy repair. So yeah, that's what the repair looks like when it's finished. And so I just came back from my local store where I buy home supplies, building supplies, materials, things like that. And I purchased this, I guess it's about, I don't know, 5 feet long, 1/2 inch copper pipe. And I'm going to cut about 2 feet section out, maybe a foot and a half, something like that. And I'm going to use those devices, those little pieces that you saw on that one that's already repaired, and it's called a SharkBite. And I know a lot of you know about this, but I got to tell you, when I did that other repair, I never used one of these before, and I didn't know anything about it, so I had to YouTube it, and I watched some YouTube videos. And this is yours. This is your YouTube video if you've never done this before. But these things, they actually are, they're amazing. They're such a great invention. I wish I had thought of it. But when you cut this to length, you just insert the end of the copper into that, and it locks on and it seals. And then you do the other side of the pipe that's already coming out of the original pipe, and now you've got a connection. Now here's the magic. This is where the magic happens. This is called a copper, what is it called? A slip coupling. So this one is the one that you saw that was longer. It's about, what, 4 inches, 3 inches long, and it's able to slip into over the pipe and fit, and then you can bring it back and fit the actual space that you need, so that when you cut one pipe that's 1.5 feet long and you cut a section out on the original piece, you're able to make it fit perfectly. Without this, if you just had 2 of these, you would not be able to accomplish this, because you would have to, somehow pull the pipe apart and bring it back together, and that could cause all kinds of other problems. This will put it in a stable spot. This on the other end is what you use to get it just where you want it, and it's like magic. So you're gonna see us do that, and I'm gonna go underneath. We're gonna get some lights on us, get prepared, and we're gonna cut the original pipe out. I've already turned the water off at the road. We're gonna cut it out. I bought this little pipe cutter last time I did this. We'll see if this will work for the whole thing, and let you see this repair. Hopefully you'll learn something. All right, so after thinking about this a little bit further, I realized that I can save myself a lot of trouble and a lot of money by only using the actual slip coupling, since there's only a pinhole, and I could have done this on the previous repair. So I'm going to take this back, get my money back. I'm going to take that 5-foot copper pipe back and get my money back. This is going to do the trick. All I have to do is cut out a 2-inch section of the pipe or less, where that pinhole is, and then I can simply slip this on the slip end onto the pipe that's up there, and then I can pull it back using this tool that they provide, and I can bring it back onto the other existing pipe, just covering the space where I cut out. Let's do this, and let's make this a lot more simple than what I did before. I hope that you guys watched this far. Well, if you did, you're hearing this now, but if you did not watch this far, and you see this later, you're going to be mad at me, so my apologies. But yeah, let's hope this works. By the way, last time, this is the little pipe cutter I purchased, so you just stick that on, tighten it down, twist it around it, and it'll just cut it right off. And then I bought one of these little bad boys to take inside the pipe and just kind of clean up the edge of the copper so it's not sharp and pointy, and do it on the outside as well. So with these little tools right here, I think we're going to make this repair happen. And she is a dripping. Let's do this, shall we? Okay, so right there's our hole. We're going to measure an inch on each side of this and get our 2-inch area that we're going to cut out. Let's do that first. So we're going to use this pipe cutter here. Let's measure our 2 inches. We'll do an inch on each side. So we'll start the first one right there. Set this down. All right. There it is, it's on. Give it a little bit of a tightening and start twisting. And tighten it a little more as it twists. Let's confirm. I might want to confirm that I'm an inch over and not too far. Yeah, pretty close, pretty close. Okay, looks like I got it cut. There it is. So let's take this off. All right, we are completely cut through here, it looks like. Let's measure over and make sure we don't go any further than 2 inches from that spot over this way. So we're gonna do it about, I'm gonna come in just a little less, do right there. It's broken. That did it. That cut it. So let's take this part apart. It's still wanting to be together. There we go. Okay, so there's my little 2-inch section, and I've got this 2-inch gap. All right, here we are, and as you can see, when I pop this out, this one kind of raised up a little bit, and this one kind of is just steady, which is good because we'll slip on one of these and slide back onto the other. Now let's measure this and make sure I didn't get over 2 inches. All right, it's right at 2 inches, so I did good. Look at that pinhole. That's crazy. What causes that? Somebody tell me if you know what causes pinholes in copper pipe. This house is about 25 years old, so what is making this happen? That's 2 in just the last few months. All right, here is our slide coupler, and we're going to open it up and get started. And notice here, right there is the slip end down here. And there's an arrow pointing this direction. which means that this is the end that I will slide onto the tube and go in deep. And then I'll come back and I'll cover the other pipe not to go past this little mark here, which I believe is 1 inch in. I'll also use this tool on this other side when I begin to slide this back across. I believe it must compress this piece, or it does something so that it can slide it back over. But before we put that on, I'm going to take this little tool and I'm going to clean out and make sure that those edges are nice and clear of any burrs. Feels good. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this cover it, and I'm going to mark 1 inch over on this pipe, so I'll know how far I can slide it back onto this pipe and not go past that 1 inch mark. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the slip end over here. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to slide it over this piece. Now, I've got it there. Let's bring it back. All right. That was tougher. I think what I wasn't doing well was pulling this in. So I think the key is to grab it here and get those fingers and pull it towards you like that. And so instead, I about wore myself out just trying to get that there. But you can see that white mark right there. That's the 1 inch. So the end of that pipe is approximately right in this area. And I've got plenty over here too. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dry that off. And we're going to go turn the water on. And we're going to make sure we have no leak now. Okay, let's get this water turned back on and hope that there's no turning on the dial. There we go. All right. This little guy is not spinning at all. And before, he was spinning like a little madman because that water was spewing out. We have no movement, which means there are no leaks in the house. Okay, we're crawling back in the crawl space. My favorite thing to do. And we're gonna see if we've got a leak. Let's check it out. No leaks. No leaks, lovely people. This is great. I'm telling you, yeah, this way is a whole lot better than doing what I suggested before, and that's cutting out like a 1.5 or 2 foot section when you've only got a pinhole. No need in that. Just cut out a couple inches and stick this puppy in there and you're good to go. We've got no leaks. I wonder how long before it leaks again. Well, hey, lovely people, thanks for joining me today. Next time you're with me, you'll be at the lovely place, and I promise you, things will be a lot more lovely than this mess. So, we'll talk to you next time. That'll do it for this video. Have a great one. See you soon.